Welcome, welcome everybody to the lending report for September 20th, 2024. Almost didn't get that out. Thanks for joining me. Let's hop right into it. Going to start with retail sales for last month, showing to be up 0.1%. Pretty modest, actually, relative to what we've been seeing over the past year. A very tempered response. People continuing to spend, putting it on credit card, just a little bit lower this month. It was a negative 0.2 the month preceding last month. So this is up a little bit relative to the prior month. Mortgage applications, lots of activity this past week. Purchases up 5%. And refinance is up 24%. So people are recognizing that long-term interest rates, our mortgage rates, are starting to come down. So they are looking at the possibilities of what a refinance could look for them to consolidate debt. So lots of activity out there. Jobless claims, initials, those filing for the first time, down 12,000, continuing down 14,000. So again, activity there week by week, just you never know what you're going to get. Unemployment, still kind of one of the drivers right now as to how the perception of the market really is. People paying close attention to what's happening with the unemployment rate. Existing home sales, I've got a slide for you here. For the month of August, did show that right now, the median home price, this is nationally, $416,700. That's down 1.1% month over month, but not to be alarmed. That's not a problem. Year over year, we're still up 3.1%. And I do feel like as the long-term interest rates, as mortgage rates can come down, that activity is going to increase in the purchase market. You're going to see that median home price start to tick up. You can even see inventory has ticked up a little bit, up 0.7%. We are still nowhere close to where we were pre-pandemic levels. And with the number of people that want to purchase, that inventory still cannot meet the demand that we have. So that will continue to support home values. You can see right now, average days in market is 26 days. So that's really good. I think that's pretty quick. Home selling in 30 days. It does speak to the fact that if you have a nice home, you've maintained it, it's going to sell, and it's going to sell reasonably quick. Those selling over list right now at 20%. So these again pertain to those homes that are really well maintained. They are going over 20%, and as those long-term as mortgage rates come down, that I do expect that to go up in the next couple of months. So as activity increases, interest rates continue to come down, that could be problematic. We can see if you are cash strapped, that could be problematic for you as a buyer. The constitution of buyers, we're seeing that 26% are first-time home buyers, 26% cash buyers, and investors only at 19%. Do you like to see that? Because I want to see homes going to first-time home buyers and not investors. Let's take a look at the markets right now. This is the 10-year treasury. Again, we want to see this chart going down, and we want to see it in the red. So right now, based on the information that's come out this week, it's been a very tempered response. So long-term interest rates not doing much. And in fact, the Feds did announce this week that they are going to start their short-term interest rate cuts with 50 basis points. This is positive, and I think they went with 50 because the retail sales were so modest. The report was really not as strong as expected. So getting 50 basis points. Now, remember, this is not directly tied to mortgage rates. So we're not going to go from 6% to 5.5%. This is tied to short-term interest rates. So this is good for car loans, your credit card payments, your student loan payments that are not on a fixed payment or a fixed interest rate, and equity line payments, those type of things. This is good for those expenses that you have monthly. You'll see those payment requirements, those minimum payments coming down. So good on that. We'll probably see a few more this year. Nobody knows if we'll end up at full 1% lower by the end of the year, or maybe just 0.75%. We'll see. But this is positive. They're finally making the short-term interest rate cuts, which they really needed to do at the beginning of the year, which they didn't, but that's okay. It's better to start later than never, right? So that's what I've got for you this week. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I am happy to answer any questions that you have. I do appreciate when you like my videos and share them as you deem necessary. If you have any individuals that you know that are thinking about purchasing or refinancing. Information within here might help them make some decisions. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.